no, no, yeah, no, no.
Hi, my name is Alan. I'm from Dublin. Here's my funny story. It's basically about Christmas when I was growing up. I grew up in Dublin, obviously. I grew up in a place called St. Mark's in Clondalkin, which I think they call it Liffey Valley now because it's all posh. But in those days it wasn't. It was fields and knackers and robbed cars and stuff. But anyway, a lot of, like, no one, you watch the toy show and you want everything, but your parents can't afford it. You don't really understand it at the time. And now I have a kid, and now Santa Claus gets all the credit, so I'm starting to hate that man. But growing up, there's a lot of stuff that I wanted, but there was I wanted a stereo because I wanted to play. I was obsessed with Michael Bolton for some reason, and I've no idea why. There was one song he had out and I loved it, and I wanted to have long hair as well, which incidentally, when my hair grows long, it's ginger. I had no idea it was ginger until this is recently. I had long curly hair, and I was talking to a couple of Italians in Italy. That's where some of them live. And one of them was trying to get me to sign something. I didn't know what he wanted me to sign. And then I said, I don't know what you're saying. And then he just took a beat and he just started going, holding back the years. He was telling me I looked like Mick Hucknall. He thought I was Mick Hucknall, so I shaved my head straight away because nobody wants to look like Mick Hucknall from Simply Red. So, and anyway, as a kid I wanted long hair. And I loved Michael Bolton. So I asked for a stereo. I asked Santa Claus for a stereo. And I couldn't wait, and on Christmas morning I was over the moon. I ran downstairs and I ripped out the wrapping paper, and there was my stereo, and I was crying with happiness. I was so happy, and I had a Michael Bolton record, like a small record, and I loved it. And then I looked at the side of the stereo, and the name Anto was scratched into the side of the stereo. And I was really upset, I was quite emotional because I didn't know what was going on. But it turns out that my dad sat me down and he said, don't worry about it. Anto was one of the elves who made the stereo. And he was so proud of his masterpiece that he signed it, Anto. And I thought it was amazing. I had a stereo signed by the elf, the famous elf Anto. I loved it. It was weird, but it turned out all the kids in the area, just all the different houses, just used to get secondhand stuff off the back of a lorry. There's the kid next door to me. He was cycling a bike one day on Christmas Day, and then somebody around the corner ran around and said, that's my bike. So my next door neighbour's dad stole this bike from around the corner. That's lazy. And then we were actually told this in school that every year when Santa Claus went over this part of Dublin that I'm from, there was always a gust of wind that knocked the sleigh over and all of the toys fell to the ground, and that's why they were all scratched and damaged when we got them on Christmas morning. So that was growing up and having Christmas in Clondalkin.
No, no, no.